is a nonprofit, nonpartisan alliance of congregations, unions, and student and community groups. It represents 20,000 adult participants from various mediating institutions must work together to hold government and nonprofit and for-profit corporate power accountable to the common good of the larger culture. Spokane Alliance has been organized within the Spokane region for over 3 decades. Laurel grew up in Spokane, and prior to working for the Spokane Alliance, Laurel spent 8 years in the labor movement helping hospitality workers organize in the Bay Area. She has worked with food processing workers in the Tri-Cities and with healthcare workers in Spokane. She started with the Spokane Alliance in 2022.
Great. Thank you, Gary, for the introduction. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I see lots of familiar faces. As Gary said, my name is Laurel Fish, and I'm the senior organizer for the Spokane Alliance. My own formation as an organizer comes from a few different places. It comes from being the granddaughter of Jewish refugees, comes from experiences working in solidarity with Salvadoran communities, and experiences organizing alongside immigrant, hotel, and hospitality workers in the labor movement. The Spokane Alliance, which far predates me, is a broad-based coalition of 38 institutions, faith communities, labor unions, and nonprofits, organizing for the common good. We've been doing this work for over 2 decades, but a lot of people don't know about it because it's not sexy, it's not flashy. Developing everyday people as leaders in our democracy, bringing institutions together to hash out their differences and stand up for their values, and figuring out what people actually want to do to change our community it's not the headline-grabbing work that you'd think it would be. It's about, as civil rights leader Ella Baker said, it's spade work. It's slow and steady. It's about persisting together. And the fig tree is geared towards sharing those stories. For example, we can all acknowledge that housing is a major pressure in our community. But it has taken our lay-led housing team over a year of researching solutions, meeting with developers, studying policy, talking to business people, wrestling with how to create policy, to start to come up with an idea for publicly financed housing in Spokane, right? And it's just the beginning. When I think about our work with the immigrant community, you might have read about the event at First Presbyterian Church where the Haitian community shared testimony on the eve of the end of temporary protected status. There were over 450 people that packed the church that night. It was an exciting moment, but that public moment was preceded by years and months of hard work and relationship building by Luke and Katya and their dad and Pastor Emily and Daniel Roberts, right? Many people here. That's what it took. It wasn't about the moment itself. It was about the persistence that comes afterwards in meeting the next day, the next month, the next year. And that's why I appreciate the work of the Fig Tree. They write about people and our motivations and the institutions that we are a part of. And, institutions, I talk a lot about institutions. They get a bad rap, but I think about them as as the churches, unions, synagogues, organizations that have stood up for families, for reforms like child labor laws, like a minimum wage, like workers' compensation. They have created, and the people that are a part of them have created everyday miracles of sheltering, nourishing, and humanizing each other. From my own perspective, my family has weathered some storms recently, and it has taken both strong public policy and strong communities to keep my family intact. Right? It has taken paid family medical leave and union health coverage and the state child care subsidy. And it's taken grandparents, thank you, Mom, for helping raise our kids. It's taken friends picking them up from school. It's taken colleagues reminding me to eat. All of those, it's taken institutions and our families to figure out how we shelter and nourish and humanize each other. Relationships begin by knowing each other's stories. And I believe that's what the fig tree does. The fig tree stories are, for me, a resource guide for the gifts and talents in this community. They're a starting point for stirring our curiosity about each other, which allows us to act together. Thank you.